watching AYV Television.
From our broadcasting house here on Wesley Street in Sierra Leone's capital, Freetown, this is Primetime News on AYV Television and Radio. You're watching us on Channel 33 and listening to us on frequency modulation 101.7. I am Fabian Sweel. Let's start with tonight's headlines. President Julius Maada Bio appoints Professor Joe A.D. Ali as Chancellor of the Eastern Technical University. Deputy Leader of Government Business 2, Honorable Emerson Lamina, reveals energy, transportation and water are three sicknesses Freetown suffers from. And Sierra Leone's Minister of Health, Dr. Austin Dembi, assures citizens on alert and preparedness response to any potential outbreak. Hello again from wherever you're joining me from tonight. This is Primetime News. President Julius Maada Bio has appointed Professor Joe A.D. Ali as Chancellor of the Eastern Technical University. The appointment comes amid push to ensure access to education in all the regions in the country. The Deputy Leader of Government Business 2, Honorable Emerson Lamina, has said energy, transportation and water are three sicknesses Freetown suffers from, which, if cured, citizens will be okay. He was speaking during the passage of some nominees which were presented before the House of Approval. The House subsequently passed the nominees, admonishing and cautioning them to ensure transformation and service delivery. Among them are Dr. Fala Dominic Amin as Chairman, Local Government Service Commission, and Constance Sama as Commissioner, Local Government Service Commission. Let's get the highlights.
The DG designate is coming from London. I've lived short stay in London, short stay in the US, in France, in bigger cities like Moscow. There can be no transport system so safe like in the UK, where we never stand as a pedestrian for more than 2 minutes without seeing bus, train, no way. So he's coming from there. What have been the skills I can bring that skill from London, the London skill. I've never suffered for transportation. In Freetown here today, three sicknesses, if cured, we are good. 1, transportation. 2, water supply. 3, energy.
They are there purely to represent. I know other people will say no, but they are going there to represent women. We want to see women. We want to see competent women. And these people who are going there, I have no doubt. Please, I'm not biased. I just want to start with them because we want to see them lead and others will follow.
Council or local governance in this country is key. You have your commissioners who are ladies, and I hope they will support you. We don't want less from you. We want to prove your mettle and give to the critics that you can do it better over there too.
But I want to make an appeal here. As women, President Bio believes in the strength of us as women, but we have to prove it. If we don't prove it, he will be disappointed. And I believe you that they have appointed in this local government service commission will make it.
When it comes to local councils, this house must take the business of local councils very seriously. Because there is a clear affinity between parliament and local councils. Members of parliament can agree with me that there's a lot of struggles that we go through that we should not be experiencing if local councils are actually functioning. So it is our own business to ensure that the business of council becomes our own business.
Tap our chest as a political class in the last parliament and even the president, that he has done super well when it comes to women empowerment. But something is missing. and I must speak to this. Something is missing. We've empowered women, and we're empowering more women. But the empowerment of women should not just be limited to women in the political class. How women in the political class will rally around themselves to help other people, other women who are in conflict with the law or conflict with society is missing.
Now, amid growing concerns over Ebola cases reported in parts of Africa, Sierra Leone's Minister of Health, Dr. Austin Dembi, has assured citizens that the country is on high alert and prepared to respond to any potential outbreak. Dr. Dembi says surveillance has been intensified at airports, border crossings, and other key points of entry as part of efforts to prevent the virus from entering the country. He made the announcement during the government's weekly press briefing.
We don't get any Ebola at Sierra Leone, zero at this point. So a good starting point there. So far, all the this year happening DR Congo and Uganda. We activate the preparedness now the country through the National Public Health Agency. First, we don't say if this virus will come, if they Congo. You know, go fly all the way, you know, go Wakeup camp, you know. It very likely see the route of entry into the country, not through the airport. Because plane and then now they come out DR Congo, plane and then they come out Uganda, we can stop in Nairobi, stop in Addis, by evening time it'll reach here. If somebody get this sick in the incubator, it can reach us within 24 hours. So we number one step now to say, at the airport, would they deny entry of this virus? How would they deny entry? Two things. First, would they make sure say anybody with a cancer alone now, you register in advance. When you register in advance electronically, you tell who say you don't pass, who say you don't go, who say you don't pass, or if you say you don't come up from the area, they would get heightened security and watch for you. The second part for the denial, as you reach inside, we will check everybody in temperature. And make sure, say, one of the signs for this Ebola, even though the incubator, your temperature will rise. So one check that one, you know. At the same time, we will offer hand sanitizer there and information package and so people can come. First, we make sure, say, they not bring the sick camp. When they bring the sick camp, one know who side and get for tap within there. So they make sure, say, we know side and they will track them, say, we know stand in the left and watch them and monitor them for that period. Thirdly, we will work with our Liberian counterpart and also now the Sierra Leone Liberia border to make sure we can enhance surveillance. We will work with all of the parties and they for make sure say the sick not come, but if we can't send up, we're ready for them. All of the items, we don't get lab, we get 6 labs that we even for tests. Even with this new strain we didn't get. We get lab and now we get primer and we go for detector. Also, if the case can help for manager. Ebola case management for the Bumburo or the Zaire strain are the same. We make sure say we get all of the tools that we are available. Curative drug knowledge, vaccine knowledge, but you can clinically manage the case and ensure say the case not expand, get worse, plus die and expand to other people. We also don't identify clear location in the western area. All the border area, we don't get clear education the way if somebody is sick, we know side people. We don't teach people how to manage it, how to prepare for it, how to prevent, protect themselves, and how to protect the population. So I can say we're ready. We're ready, but the proof of the readiness when the first case comes. So if you're not going to airport, now CC we get enhanced surveillance, then we'll make sure say you not interrupt the flow of traffic, but at the same time, we watch everybody when they can inside the country.
The Sierra Leone Medical and Dental Association has held its 2026 Media Congress in Kenema, bringing together healthcare professionals, government officials, and development partners to deliberate on strengthening health systems and reducing preventable maternal and child deaths in the country. The Congress was held under the theme, The Role of Health Professionals in Achieving Zero Preventable Maternal and Child Deaths in Sierra Leone. Judge Batilo Powell reports from Kenema District.
The president of the Sierra Leone Medical and Dental Association, Dr. Ahmed Alassane Sherif, has underscored the critical responsibility of health professionals in the national effort to eliminate preventable maternal and child deaths in Sierra Leone. He stressed that the association remains committed to improving the quality of healthcare delivery, strengthening professional standards, and supporting government-led initiatives aimed at improving key health indicators across the country.
So, as you are aware, we have the 300 days of activity to achieve zero maternal and child deaths, as well as zero those children. So, as doctors, it is our moral responsibility to ensure that no woman dies while living life, and that every child grows up to realize their full potential. So, with that backdrop, we decided that this year's conference, we are going to talk about the role of healthcare professionals, us as doctors. What can we do to ensure that the mama them, the cooking them, and therefore die of preventable deaths?
The Minister of Health, Dr. Austin Demby, in his statement, commended the Medical and Dental Association for its sustained contribution to the health sector. The minister reaffirmed government's commitment to expanding access to quality health care, improving infrastructure, and investing in the health workforce.
Let me talk about medical professionals, my colleagues. The 000 initiative cannot be achieved by government alone. It requires professional leadership. That's why we're here today. You are the clinical leaders of our nation. You set the standards for our nation. You influence practice. You shape professional culture. I therefore challenge every member of the association to become a 000 champion. Colleagues from SLNDA, history will not judge us by the reports we produce. History will not judge us by the meetings we attended. History will judge us by the lives we saved. 300 days of activism is not the end of the campaign. It is the beginning of a new era of accountability.
But what does this mean for the participants?
It's so important to me, and I'm grateful I was opportunity to be here, because coming here and I've been inspired a lot through my seniors and how they present themselves, the prestige, especially about this zero preventable maternal deaths. I think I've been hearing about it, and I haven't been opportunity to follow up on it more, or the data or the statistics, but coming here today, I've been able to have the breakdown of what they have achieved in the past 90 days or more.
Actually, it's a surreal experience for, especially as a medical student, being part of such an honorable event that is themed the preventable healthcare ways the healthcare professionals are supposed to inculcate in preventing maternal mortality.
Congress also featured technical discussions focused on strengthening health information systems, with emphasis on how data can be better used to track health trends, support timely interventions, and ultimately save lives. George Bartolo Powell, AYV News, Kenema.
Now, the European Union has reaffirmed its commitment to Sierra Leone, even as concerns grow in Europe over drug trafficking routes linked to West Africa. Speaking at the launch of the EU Chamber of Commerce in Freetown, EU Ambassador Jacek Jankowski said the bloc has invested heavily in Sierra Leone over the past 50 years, supporting infrastructure, governance, education, and economic growth. AYV's Issa Bangua attended and now reports.
Government officials, diplomats and business leaders gathered in Freetown for the launch of the EU Chamber of Commerce aimed at boosting trade, investment and private sector growth. Ambassador Jankowski described the initiative as a new chapter in EU-Sierra Leone relations, shifting the partnership from development assistance towards stronger economic cooperation.
The European Union has invested approximately more than 42 billion, 1.7 billion euros in Sierra Leone, including nearly 12 billion of euros in direct support to the national budget. This is, of course, massive. But by fostering and enabling business environment and creating a level playing field, along with the means offered by the Global Gateway Strategy, Sierra Leone and the European Union can now pave the way for European entrepreneurs to multiply their investments, thereby creating the jobs that youths of this country need.
The launch also coincides with the 50th anniversary of diplomatic relations between Sierra Leone and the European Union. Officials from the government of Sierra Leone welcomed the initiative, describing it as a significant milestone that will deepen economic ties and attract increased foreign direct investment into the country.
The relationship between the EU and Sierra Leone is a partnership built on mutual respect and cooperation. Not rumors, not fear-mongering, not misinformation. I want to let you know that the government is far along in signing, if not already signed a single window port community platform solution, which will address many of those challenges.
Sierra Leone has in many areas the right policies and right intentions. Our task now is to move from reform intent to reform discipline, to make sure that what is promised in this room is connected to delivery, and to follow up and to make corrections where things go wrong. That is the purpose of this dialogue. It's not a one-off listening exercise. It is one step in the cycle, gathering the evidence, setting priorities, conducting technical work, implementing and then monitoring and reporting back to you.
The establishment of the EU Chamber of Commerce is expected to strengthen collaboration between European and Sierra Leonean businesses, creating new opportunities for investment, job creation, formation. Issa Bangura, AYV News, Freetown.
The 2026 Chinese Proficiency Competition for Foreign College and Primary School Students Sierra Leone qualifiers has showcased the growing interest in Chinese language education among young Sierra Leoneans. The competition brought together students from different educational institutions to demonstrate their language skills and cultural understanding. Officials say the initiative is strengthening cultural exchange and creating new opportunities for students. Our reporter Edima Conte has more.
Young Sierra Leonean students took center stage as they competed in the 2026 Chinese Proficiency Competition for foreign college and primary school students Sierra Leone qualifiers. The competition tested participants' Chinese language proficiency, public speaking abilities, and understanding of Chinese culture, highlighting the growing partnership between Sierra Leone and China in the field of education. Speaking at the event, ministers of education emphasized the importance of learning about other cultures and languages in an increasingly interconnected world.
In today's interconnected world, language is no longer just a skill. It is a strategic asset. It opens doors to education, to trade, to diplomacy, and cultural exchange. And as Sierra Leone continues to strengthen its partnership with the People's Republic of China, your ability to communicate across culture positions you as future leaders, future innovators, and future ambassadors of our nation.
They listened to a language spoken by over 1 billion souls and said with courage and conviction, I want to be a part of this conversation. That is not just language learning. That is friendship at its most profound. That is cross-cultural development in its most powerful, most human form.
Meanwhile, the Chinese ambassador to Sierra Leone highlighted the significant progress made in Chinese language education across the country.
Since the launch of the Confucius Institute, more than 40,000 local students have studied the language. I'm convinced that many of you here today who recite Chinese poems and sing Chinese songs will be able to use Chinese as the key to realize your dreams at a larger stage. State partnership thrives on people-to-people ability. The Chinese language serves as a vital bond linking the Chinese and Australian people.
The competition concluded with the announcement of winners in various categories, with participants demonstrating impressive language and presentation skills. The overall winner expressed excitement and gratitude for the achievement, saying the experience has inspired them to further develop their Chinese language abilities and deepen their understanding of Chinese culture.
Yeah, I came second. I was happy to, but I was aiming for this first position. So I went back to the drawing board and then revamped my participation spirit. And today I give thanks to God for making it to this stage. I thank everyone involved, my teachers, my launchers, and all my friends for the constant backup, constant encouragement that you can do it. You did it last year and you can also do it.
Organizers say the competition continues to serve as an important platform for promoting language learning, cultural exchange, and educational collaboration between Sierra Leone and China. Edima Conte, AYV News, Freetown.
This is Primetime News on AYV Television and Radio. Please stay tuned for more stories after the break.
Mutik. This one is for the bold ones. The people who shaped their world and the winners who still put in the work. Cheers to those who start great things. When you start, you're hard to stop. You raise your game and never back down because you're bold enough to make it. To you I say, never stop. Mutik. Never stop starting.
All right, welcome back. I am Phoebe Swale, and this is Primetime News on AYV Television and Radio. Thank you again for joining me tonight in the news. Now, efforts to expand access to education under the government's radical inclusion policy are gaining momentum as Child Fund Sierra Leone, working with Lutheran World Relief, a member of Chorus International, has distributed school and baby care kits to vulnerable children and adolescent girls. The beneficiaries include girls re-enrolled in school under a KOICA-funded program alongside other children in disadvantaged communities. AYV's Issa Bangura reports.
Scores of children and school authorities gathered in Freetown to receive educational and baby care supplies. The distribution was held at Child Fund Sierra Leone's conference facility, with partners reaffirming their commitment to supporting vulnerable groups. The initiative is part of Child Fund's Gift in Kind program. It provides essential learning and care materials to help reduce barriers that keep children out of school.
What we are doing here today is part of what we do as Child Fund through the donors that we have. So we have received some gifts. We call it Gifts in Kind. So when we received these gifts, we quickly thought about the children of these schools that we have worked with. Much as the project ended, but we feel that we still have the obligation to ensure that these children who have been re-enrolled back into the school system can still continue and ensure that they complete secondary education. The only way to do that is to continue to support them in whatever shape or form that we're able to go around.
The donated packages include school materials such as books, stationery, and basic learning tools. Baby care kits were also provided to support young mothers so they can continue their education. Beneficiaries and community stakeholders welcome the support. They say the assistance will ease financial pressure on families.
Yet, to the children,
think they themselves, there's a changes they are seeing, and what you just did presently is some stability that you guys are talking about. At first, our fear was this child are going to stop somewhere where they are not going to have the support. For today now, I'm seeing that there's a continuation, even though the program you people said it's ended. For me, it's not ended. It's a continued program, because what you just did here, I think it shows that the thing is going to continue. So with that, we are going to say thank you. But for all of the schools that, I think it was 6 schools that was involved, I think we are grateful to that kind of thing that you put it for us.
The children of Falaba, the children of Kailau, and the children of Bombali will enjoy these facilities, especially the baby kids. There are children who really need them. There are parents who really need them, but they don't have money to procure these ones. I want to believe upon receiving these ones, they will not only thank Child Fund, but they will thank the donors themselves.
The radical inclusion policy continues to guide education reforms in Sierra Leone. It promotes equal access for all children, including pregnant girls, young mothers, and other vulnerable learners. Development partners say such interventions are key to keeping more children in school. Issa Bangura, AWV News, Freetown.
Njala University has launched a week-long Peace Week celebration in Bo, promoting youth-led peace building, innovation and entrepreneurship. Now, the event comes as Sierra Leone continues to consolidate peace more than 20 years after the end of the civil war. According to national and UN data, nearly 3/4 of the country's population is under the age of 35, making youth inclusion critical to stability and development. AYV's Judge Philip Jambawai reports from Bo.
Students, academics and policymakers and school pupils gathered at Njala University Bo campus to discuss the link between peace, innovation and economic opportunity. Organizers say empowering young people is key to preventing conflicts and accelerating national development.
If you have the concept of globalization, you agree with me that what is happening to other places also affect our country. But as a department, we have thought it very necessary that we do not just teach our students the theories written by academics, but we must give them an opportunity so that they learn from practitioners.
Youth Affairs Minister Ibrahim Sano said government is investing in skills development and entrepreneurship to create opportunities for young people.
As Minister of Youth, I want to reassure this gathering that we'll listen. We are ready to work with innovators. We are ready to work with those who can create. We are ready to partner with those who can find solutions to the problems we face today. Our problems and predicaments are shared. We are grappling with a lot of issues in this country, but we strive also to find solutions in solving these problems.
The World Bank and development partners have identified youth unemployment and underemployment across Sierra Leone's major development challenges, particularly in rural communities. Historian Professor Joe A.D. Ali said peace and development are closely connected and depend on equal opportunities for all citizens.
Our nation possesses tremendous human potential, yet many young people continue to face challenges related to employment, access to resources, and economic opportunity. Addressing these challenges is not simply an economic imperative. It is also a peace-building imperative.
School people, Sia Vandi, urged young people to reject drug and other harmful activities that threaten their future.
My people, I want you to do things the right way. I want you to know that Sierra Leone can be a great nation if you all give a supporting hand. I want you to stay away from drugs.
Her message comes amidst growing concern over substance abuse among youth, with authorities and civil society groups calling for stronger prevention programs nationwide. The program also featured a performance by a musician, Dr. Martin Kande, popularly known as Koskobi, whose message focused on unity and hope. Stakeholders say investing in youth innovation, entrepreneurship and inclusion will be essential to sustaining the peace and driving Sierra Leone's development agenda. Judge Philip Jambawai, AWV News, Njala University, Bo District.
Stand for
Join me sing this song if you believe in me vibe. Sierra Leone will rise again. Yeah.
Well, now for the latest in sports, let's join Sir Solomon Yumba, who's all set. Good evening, Solomon.
Good evening, Phoebian, and thank you for having me. Now for sports, this evening on Primetime News, Sierra Leone's national football team, Leone Stars, suffered a 3-1 defeat to Liberia with a late consolation goal at the SKD Stadium in Monrovia. The Lone Stars of Liberia registered 2 goals in the first half before adding a third goal before the 19 minutes were up. The 10-man Leone Stars team could not overturn the result in relegation time. That's a disappointing loss for our darling Leone Stars following the 1-0 win at the Southern Arena. It's indeed disappointing this evening.
Yes, it really is. Despite the divide in the politics of the sports right now, fans always look forward to victory, as is for every football match or every sports actually. The supporters of a particular team would always look forward to victory. Unfortunately, we couldn't get that this evening.
Misinforming part is while I was online, I noticed several people were thinking the new coach, that's Didier Gomez, there was took charge of the match. Well, it was John Kista, the acting manager for Leone Stars, who
the caretaker
oversaw the match just as the one at the Southern Arena. So most people were saying, hey, Mohamed Kalon, we need Mohamed Kalon, the results. Now we have a new coach and the results are bad. So it's important for football fans in Sierra Leone to note that this particular match was not overseen by the current head coach of Leone Stars, the appointed one just a few days ago. But we need to work more as we are heading for the AFCON qualifiers. That's the group we're in. It's very difficult if we do not put in the effort to see that we qualify for the Africa Cup of Nations.
It's quite a dicey situation because all over the world, no team actually secures 100% victory in all their matches.
Sure.
But there's a level of victory and defeat that you can so take.
Sure, because if you look at the way Leone Stars performed today, it's very not becoming of Leone Stars, because if you compare to the first match at the Southern Arena, you will see several changes despite it's a 1-0 win, but you see I don't know whether they underestimated the side of Liberia with how they performed at the Southern Arena. It's not, it's not really in line. We hope to see that the current coach, the appointed one, will take Leone Stars to the next level, and hopefully we can qualify for the Africa Cup of Nations.
It's heavy on the supporters.
Sure.
Regardless of who the coach is and the players we bring, we still don't get the desired result that the fans look forward to. It seems supporting Leone Stars, you'd have to keep your heart at home as best as you can before making it to the stadium to enjoy the match.
I would agree.
You would need to keep your heart because they really have unexpected performances. In matches, you expect them to really do exceedingly well. They sort of underperform. And in matches where you estimate that this is going to be very challenging for them, you really don't look forward to much. They surprisingly overperform. It's quite a situation with Leone Stars.
We're hopeful for the best moving forward.
Yeah, it would be in the nation's best interest. Every victory of Leone Stars is in Sierra Leone's interest. But thank you very much, Sir Solomon Yumba, for the sports update this evening. Well, that's it for Primetime News tonight. For more stories, please visit our website. That's www.ayvnews.com. If you have comments or feedback on tonight's news, kindly send us an email to info@ayvnews.com. I am Phoebian Sweel. Thanks for watching and listening. Have a good night. Take care and bye for now.
You're watching AYV Television.